digging in the crates for something good. Hidden gems often misunderstood. 'Cause you know there's no such thing as too much. Miscellaneous important stuff.
Welcome back to the show. This week, Brandon was here. If you don't know who Brandon is, then you should go back and listen to the episode on awards and advertising and food pairing. But this time we talked about Flat Earth, a conversation that I've been wanting to have for quite a while now. It's something that has become more and more popular in the past couple years. For what reason? I don't know. But we tried to figure it out. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Here it is. Brandon.
Yes.
Is the Earth flat?
Oh, God. No, and let me give you this reason why.
You don't have to give me any reason.
Exactly. Look, use your eyes. They're there.
Boy, they would... Okay, the flat earthers, though, they would have a very quick response to that.
Good.
Because that's how they tell you to decide that the Earth is flat. Use your eyes.
Okay.
Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, I think they do.
So
They say, look beyond the horizon. You can see it all. Until you can't. And then that's the curvature.
Okay, how'd you first hear about flat Earth?
Okay, so let's see. I was on YouTube, probably watching my really random crap that I listen to all day long, which is a nice little getaway, if you will, for me. I like just listening to random stuff. I think I've told you this before, but I like listening to people argue. It's fun for me sometimes.
And then you feel less angry?
I feel less angry because all these people are getting angry and they look really, really stupid. And I'm sitting there going, I don't want to be like them, so I don't argue.
So you
I listen.
You smile? And you
I
talk
smile
to people?
and I talk to people. People want to have an argument with me. I say, I would love to talk to you about this sometime when you're not this way. And then I walk away if there are arguments.
You should have like a self-help program where that's the whole basis. It's like an audiobook and it's just people arguing.
What would be really funny is they come up to argue on my show and then I just go, I would love to talk to you about this. Like they go through like 30 minutes of them just what their argument is. And I'd say, I'd like to talk to you about this, but
I hear you.
I just have to go away and collect my thoughts.
I'm very woke
and probably
now.
Never talk to you ever again. No, I'm just kidding. No, a good argument is a good argument. My argument for... Oh, sorry, where we were at. The question was...
How'd you hear about Flat Earth?
How did I hear about Flat Earth? So I was listening to some random stuff, and then I got to this guy, and it was like, most ridiculous guy talking about Flat Earth. So I click on it, and I was like, watching his thing. Well, it was the guy, the leader of the online...
Which one? Because there's some controversy about that.
It's the young dude who has his own like YouTube station and
Looking it up right now.
Apparently had, the really, really big long thing. Anyways, but he's the one.
Wait, what?
The really
big long thing?
Like long explanation as to why he... Sorry, yeah, I guess I should stop using pronouns. Start using words that make sense. He had a very long list of reasons why,
okay.
But he also admitted at one point in time that he just did it because he felt like he thought it was funny.
Wait, really?
Yes. So that's the reason why when you're watching the guy that's on the Netflix special, that's one of the guys. But then he realized maybe this could be a thing. And so then he started venturing it and then became,
Sorry, I don't think anybody else can hear that, but that's I was playing
fine.
audio from YouTube.
No, yeah.
Mark Sargent, is that?
Yeah, I believe no, it wasn't the older gentleman, it's the younger one. Is that Sargent? Is that him?
I'd show you a picture. I think anybody familiar with the movement would know who that is.
Not the older gentleman that was inside the video. It's the one that just makes all these stupid comments throughout the whole thing because he's just trying to be funny. He's trying to be ironic. He's trying to be just...
Here, take a look here. Tell me if this is the guy.
No, that is the older gentleman.
But that's the guy who... Mark Sargent. He's the one that consider to be like the leader.
He is the actual... Like, I feel like he is the actual flat earther guy.
Yeah.
Like, when you
He's
talk
the face
about,
of Flat Earth.
He is the face of Flat Earth. But the guy who started like the biggest following on beside him was this YouTube guy, Instagram guy, who was just trying to be funny. Thought it was hilarious that people would even believe this, and next you know it, now he believes it. And now he's selling stuff and, doing all the stuff you can do.
You don't know his name, though?
I don't. I'm sorry. If I had it on my hand, I would tell you. But that being said, I watched this guy, and he was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to show you the reasons why. But he's like off the wall, silly, just almost to the point where it's like, okay, this is just one big joke.
Yeah.
There literally this is just one big joke. But then he's like making these quote unquote points, and I'm sitting there going, nah, dude, like that's no, mm-mm. And then
Which points?
So one point was that when you look into the distance, like we were talking about, you can see everything. And if you can see everything, that means that the world isn't round, it's flat. And then the other one was like, the Earth and the sun don't rotate around our Earth. They rotate together on a middle axis above us in a certain pattern. And really, there's a big dome over us. Now, I don't know if his theory was about the ice caps being around us, but that's something we can go into in a minute.
I think the common one is that, like, it's like a border of ice around.
And I see it as kind of like the whole mythology, like turtle, like back. There's like a turtle that holds up the world, and we're sitting on its back, and like the dome, like in the dome we are in the dome, and like everything else is just like the Truman Show. Is the Truman Show, right? That's the
where he's living in the fake world.
Fake world. So it's like, so he goes through these theories, but his mentality though to me was like, you're not a smart person. I can't listen to you. Like you're not saying anything like intelligent. And then of course, then they show this Netflix guy who still lives with his mom, just saying. Or at least his mom was present in most of the things.
Nothing wrong with loving your mom.
Okay, and no, you're right. You're right. I shouldn't say that. I probably just made a lot of haters out there. I'm sorry.
No, because I said loving your mom. You said living with your mom. Maybe there is a problem with that. I don't know.
How old was he?
I'm not sure.
Late 50s.
Oh, this is you're talking.
No,
now
I'm
you're
talking about
about
Sargent.
Mark Sargent.
Yeah.
Did he live with his mom?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he'll listen to this and
change his ways. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure he doesn't live with her now. He probably makes enough money off of fools. Anyways, so that's where I heard about it. It was basically just on YouTube randomly, and then of course,
did you go down that rabbit hole?
Yeah, I went down the rabbit hole.
Woo! It's fun.
Looked at all the reasonings behind it. Somebody tried to do some math problems with it. Some people, make crazy claims and like go and like face like what was it, Neil Armstrong and some of the other guys, the first guy to land on the moon, like those guys, and like tried picking fights with them, and of course get them in their worst moments, fighting back, punching people. And I'm like, oh man, this is not good. Like just stop. Anyways, go ahead now.
No, I'm just trying to find some of their experiments,
their theories.
It's so I don't know a lot of them, and I don't know how many of them are a joke, because there are people on there that are just making fun of it, but they're trolling. Yeah.
They're trolling to get points.
Better word, trolling. Yes.
They're trolling to get points.
Because it is funny. But here's my thing.
Okay.
I've listened to some of their points, and I don't know that much about science, so I could listen to it and go, "Oh, I guess that makes sense." Like, so I also don't want to come at it and go, "Well, that's just stupid." I listened to it and I thought about it, and I want to be open to the idea that the Earth is flat, at least for the the first 5 minutes or whatever. But then I think for that to be true, you also have to decide that NASA is lying to you. Everyone that's been in space is lying to you. Scientists are lying to you, that there's this huge conspiracy.
Yeah, right. And on the other side, there's nobody lying to you, because there's nobody scientific looking out going, hey, this Earth is flat. We should probably not tell anybody.
Yeah, real scientists aren't saying that. So, and why would they lie to you? What do they get out of the Earth?
There's a theory out there. I don't know what that theory is, or that not theory, a concept that if you tell the people about something scary, there's going to be craziness. There's going to be mass hysteria.
Well, yeah.
I forget the name of it. It's like anyway, so you keep it a secret. So that's one of their like, it's conspiracy because they don't want us knowing that out past this point, there's nothing, or out past this point is the guy holding us in his hand, or, like Men in Black, where we're just a little ball on a cat's keychain.
I mean, I don't know how good you are at keeping secrets. I think most people are not great at keeping secrets.
Absolutely.
So you're telling me that there's got to be a lot of people who would know about it. And for it to not have spread like wildfire, that people were just like, oh my God, it's flat. It's flat. It's flat. How's that possible?
I know. Well, I was just reading this as like giving some of those things like Earth's gravity is an illusion. They say objects do not accelerate downwards. Instead, the disk of Earth accelerates upwards at 32 feet per second squared, driving a mysteriously force called dark energy. Currently, there is a disagreement among flat earthers about whether or not Einstein's theory of relativity permits Earth to accelerate upward indefinitely without the planet eventually surpassing the speed of light.
But I think they also are they believe that other planets are round.
Yeah, I've never heard them say that we don't live in a space somewhere. They just say that we're not round.
Yeah. So
so why even have this argument, if you will?
Yeah. What is the point?
What is the point if we're all waking up and there's a sun and we're getting energy from it?
Yeah.
2, we all sleep at night when it's dark, and 3, I don't know. Other than things have been getting a little crazy as far as weather goes, natural disasters, but like we know what that problem is.
Yeah.
It's called we're making the planet too hot. I didn't say global warming for all those people out there, but I'm saying
you said it. You didn't say it, but you said it.
I did say it. I'm sorry. It's global warming.
If the Earth is flat and that comes out, I think my response would be, all right, well, okay.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, but then why? I think that's their problem. I think that's the flat earthers' problems. It's like it does come out. Flat Earth. It's flat. It totally is flat. Look, we have proof now. Like more legitimate proof than people who say it's sphere. But why did those people who thought it was a sphere are lying? Why did they lie?
Yeah,
it can't be the arms race. It can't be the fact that, if that's the case, we didn't go to the moon. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. We haven't done anything.
We haven't done anything outside of our sphere, if you will. I did the finger quotations, just so you guys know.
Yeah, I don't know. Because it's not a sphere, it's a
dome.
It's a disc.
Oh, disc. Well, it's a disc, but they say it's something. One of the theories was that it's actual dome.
Well, I think it's that the actual Earth is a disc, and then it's got like a dome atmosphere over it.
Which, how does that work again?
I don't know. Why does
but
it
I still love the fact that there's that poster out there somewhere, or their little post where it says like, "Yeah, we're one of the largest like groups around the globe," and you're like, "Excuse me, did you say globe?" I think you said globe.
Yeah, I've seen that. Like, wait a second.
Pretty sure you said globe, which would imply that it's circular.
Are you guys trolling us?
Yeah, they're trolling us. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Here's a good metaphoric question for you. If you knew it didn't hurt anybody necessarily, it's not a big, like, it's going to change somebody's life to make them, do something crazy, why wouldn't you troll this? Why wouldn't you, what we're doing right now, just talk about it to the point where people start following and listening to you?
Because it's funny and you get followers and you get paid.
That's what they're doing.
But not all of them.
No, well, maybe not, but those are the extremists. You're going to always have extreme followers. There's and I do know this one. There's I don't know what you call it, but like a political thing where if you go to the extreme, to the most extreme possible, people will say, that's great, but that's a little too much for me. I'm going to believe this instead, which is what they wanted you to believe to begin with. So you
that's
say,
pretty far.
I'm just going to throw this out there, so don't hear me wrong. If you vote for me, I'm going to give you $4,000. Okay. If you vote for me next year on your tax returns, you're going to get $4,000.
Deal.
It's guaranteed. You say deal.
You got my vote.
You got my vote. But here's the deal. You know that's not true. You know it's not true. In your heart of hearts, I cannot give you $4,000. There's nothing, no bill, no nothing I can.
I don't know. I haven't seen your bank account.
But no, I know. But what I'm saying is, but you believe in that, so then you go ahead and say, okay, I'll go for this guy. I'm not expecting it, but it's better than this other guy who isn't giving me $4,000. And next year, guess what? You got a $400 instead.
Sure, I believe.
You're not even mad at the guy who said he'd give you $4,000.
No, because you believe in the ideas.
Because
you're like,
you believe in the
tried.
idea. Same with some religions and some things like that out there. I'm not trying to get all religious here, but they promise you something that isn't a thing.
No, but you take the good out of it.
But there are extremists out there, the ones that do the bad things, that do the things that you're just like, wow, how do they do that? Because then they get followers, because then they get people who want. So that's why I always say combat as much good as you can with evil, because it's that kind of crazy world out there. It's much good.
Well, some people love the extremes.
Yeah.
Just because it's fun. I mean, flat Earth is fun in a way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It is a fun thing. So why?
I'm like, how cool would it be if the Earth was flat? I want it to be, so we can just all be like, what?
But
It's been flat this whole time.
But then, sure, I get that. But then, what were those guys doing? Well, what were they keeping that from us?
That would be the fun part of the story. There's so many documentaries that come out of that. It would be fun. I think that's maybe part of it. People want that to be true. They want there to be some wrongdoing in the world and they can help correct it. But I also believe the people that are leaders of this, and I think they talk about this in the documentary,
The
which
Netflix
is,
one.
do you know what that's called? Because for anybody who hasn't seen it, they should see it. I'll just look it up. Flat Earth documentary.
It's really a smart name because the guy does it is really smart. Somebody smart who knows that the Earth isn't really flat.
Well, here's one from 2015, Flat Earth, the biggest lie of all, which is probably about
it's a Netflix original.
Yeah.
The one that we're talking about.
This one's called... Wow, come on.
Behind the Curve.
Behind the Curve, thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you look it up?
I did.
Okay. Well, I have a full-size computer here and I couldn't find it.
Well, I have an iPhone.
That's all right. Okay, so Behind the Curve.
It's a flat iPhone.
In that they talk about...
Yes, you do that a lot.
I just like making that sound.
Maybe it's not sound. Maybe it's flat. I got nothing.
Finish that statement. So, like the leaders, the people that are really benefiting from talking about flat Earth, that are like leading the movement, if you were to give them some sort of logical answer why the Earth is round, that they could actually believe, they still can't, because what does that mean for them? Everything that they've
done,
everything that they've gained, like the sort of celebrity status and the income and the following, that's gone. It's gone immediately.
Wow.
So you can't go back on your word, or you don't want to. You're less
you're
likely
basically
to.
well, and that's what I'm wondering. Like, is that what our world has turned into? Has our world turned into, you can't prove anybody wrong, because that's how they're making their living, is by doing these silly, stupid things. And is that how trolling has actually ruined a lot of, popular belief / things that you trusted websites, trusted things in books. What do you call those? References.
Like a works cited page.
Your works cited page don't matter no more, because it's all Wikipedia, and Wikipedia is made up by people who don't know what they're talking about, because there's a lot of trolls. You know what I'm saying? So how do you get real truth? I mean, we are literally. I've been saying this for a couple of years now, and I'm going to say the movie, and I know you know the movie right now. I'm about to say.
Oh, well, I'm ready for it.
Well, I think you know the movie.
Oh.
What movie am I going to say about?
Well, I don't know. You didn't give me many hints here.
Okay, here's many hints. Ready? Dumber Americans. Dumber people.
Donald Trump.
No. No, I didn't say person. I said a movie. Is there a movie about Donald Trump? No, I'm just kidding.
I think there's actually a lot of movies about Donald Trump.
I think Donald
right
Trump's
now.
in a lot of movies, but no. We as a society are becoming dumber.
Oh, God, what is the name of that movie? I know what movie you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the reason why I'm trying to have you guess it, because I don't remember the name.
It's something with idiot.
Idiocracy. Idiocracy.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like we get it mixed up because the trolls out there, that's how they make their money. They make their money by telling you what your argument for something. And they can because they're hidden behind the web. They're hidden behind a digital screen that you'll never see them. And so they keep on going at it, and they fight for it until something bad happens, like, I don't know, measles outbreaks. Sorry.
Talking about
I mean, we don't have to name names. Jenny McCarthy.
I know.
And stuff like that, where their fact checks are not facts.
Well, no, there's like a problem with confirmation bias too. Like you want to believe that what you're saying is true, especially when you've already gone down that path. You want to believe it, so you'll find reasons to believe that it's true. So people listen less now because you have this argument and you're passionate about it and you're telling everybody about it and you're yelling and arguing about it, and then it's so much harder to go back on it. Like
and somebody said it really the best the other day. I saw this on Facebook, thanks to whoever that was. It was one of my friends in college. It was like, you can yell it at me 5 times. It doesn't mean it's going to change how I feel about it. You speaking up louder about it doesn't change the fact. You threatening me may, but you yelling about it's not going to change the fact.
What makes the conversation worse?
Right. And not only that, but now that's the problem. Now you've got to be extreme. Now you've got to be so extreme that what's happening around the world.
Yeah, so you can win.
And I don't think that's necessary. I think we need to start finding a basis for neutrality, to a basis of not even neutrality, but a way to talk to somebody where the other person doesn't necessarily have to win, but you don't have to lose either.
There are some subjects you can't win.
No, exactly. And science is one of those.
Oh, yeah.
If you can scientifically prove something is a certain way, why are you sitting there saying? And here's the thing. The reason why I know the earth isn't flat is because I have scientists who've created things and done things that help human bodies exist longer and last longer. And, they're creating these microbiology and nanotech and like just all this crazy stuff out there. And you're going to tell me that these people who can create these things and cure our bodies of diseases, have microscopic tools to be able to pull cysts out of your body that would have caused you to die 100 years ago. You're going to tell me these people right here don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they're part of a conspiracy.
They're part of a conspiracy. You're right. We've had a cure for cancer for 200, 300 years, but we won't tell people because we're a greedy people.
I mean, we are greedy.
Wait, no. I know, no. But hear me wrong. Don't hear me out though on that. We are greedy people, sure. But I have to hold my hearts that there are more people willing to do good without having the money. It's just that one person. So use that percent, that smaller percent that is like, don't say nothing about it, or else bad things will happen. Yes, but there's more of us than there are of them.
I think it's
so
good.
You can't say that that's not the case.
No, I think it's good to be curious too, and it's good to be skeptical and to question things and to look into things. It's, what I think is good for everyone to look at flat Earth with an open mind and say, all right, well, let's look at the evidence. And you're still going to find out that the Earth is round, but it's good to be open to that. The problem is when people are so extreme with your argument, they're unwilling to go back, and it happens with a lot of things. I mean, to pivot away from flat Earth a little bit, something like abortion. That's a topic that get people pretty angry. But good luck convincing the other side that they're wrong, especially just by yelling at them and telling how stupid they are. I think you're better off trying to understand both sides, because I feel like that's why I feel like I'm more of a centrist now than I ever was, because like I can see why you wouldn't want an abortion. I can see why you would. I don't know that there's a good answer.
Right.
We're just sort of stuck in the middle, and you're better off just trying to understand and be forgiving. Or
well, and then my understanding to that, like the centrist idea, is where can we push through though? Are we allowed to, as if you are a centrist, to say I will take side of anybody, or is it more of just it doesn't matter? You pick what you want to pick, and then you be okay with the other one still existing.
Yeah, whatever you
Is that how that
think.
works?
That's how I see it.
Okay.
I mean, there may be things that I take a stance on more so than others, but if you were to disagree with me, I would still be okay with that.
Okay, yeah. See, and that's where people have a problem because they're making money off of it. Or that's not the
Some
abortion
people.
thing, but yeah, I mean, doctors are. Those doctors make money.
Yeah.
It's sad. And yes, I am an anti-abortionist.
Yeah,
So
that's fine to say.
I do not believe you should kill babies or fetuses or anything after it has happened. I am not I'm not a woman. Understand that. I'm not, and I have full
He's
sympathy.
not a woman. For anybody who can't see
Yes,
him,
I
he's not a
have
woman.
full sympathy for those who something bad has happened to you. I just don't believe that that's the way to deal with it. So,
And that's
yeah.
great.
Yeah, but
See, that
now
could-
I've got to be okay with the people who do have that.
And can you? That's the hardest thing to do.
I
There's some things in life that I disagree with.
Maybe
So much.
maybe there's a percentage there, and I say this only because I mean this is serious, but I want people to know that there's a percentage there that I understand why they feel the need to do that,
Yeah.
and those people you can't. But there's no law out there saying that these other people can either. But let's say, and this is all theoretical because I do not believe this. Somebody's gonna die. It's obvious that that they're gonna die if they have this baby. It's gonna happen, and the baby's already. Let's just say the baby's already. The baby's already gonna have really really bad health problems. There's things that are gonna be really bad, but not only is the baby gonna die, but the mom's gonna die as soon as the baby's gone.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. I get that part.
Yeah.
But still, part of me is like, what? Where do we draw that line? What laws are out there to say that that's not it? So
And who's going
anyways.
to make that decision?
And who is that? Yeah, who's that decision maker? I believe that we're in control of our own bodies. Whatever decision we make for our own bodies that's our own decision. So don't get me wrong. But there's other people involved to
Yeah.
do that kind of thing.
That's why I believe I'm not the guy to try to make the decisions on what should be right or wrong. I'm more the one that needs to sit in the middle and be like, I don't know. I can see why you think that and why you think that, and I don't know that I like either, but it's the way it is, and
Yeah,
you're better off trying to understand the other side.
you're right. No, and I appreciate that about you, and I appreciate
thank you.
that about anybody who can do that because I
It's
think
so hard.
I think but I think that would be a good way to come to better understandings of everybody. Somebody who can take what somebody else is challenging you to understand and do
Yeah.
something else with it. I didn't mean to make that noise.
No, it's fine. I love that
didn't
noise. Make it again. I mean, one of the most interesting conversations I've heard, I think it was Ben Shapiro and Joe Rogan.
Oh, Ben.
But they were talking about, because he's very religious,
Mm-hmm.
and he's got his stance on a lot of things. I mean,
The one I know him for is male female. That's his biggest.
Yeah.
And I like one of his arguments, and I hate another one of his arguments. So
yeah, I don't agree with everything he says, but the way he talked about it, and even with I think the one I was listening to, he's talking about gay marriage, and he's got a friend who's gay, but with his religion, he can't support it. I don't want to talk about his entire argument. It was so
No.
interesting to listen to because they're friends. They're friends, but he also was like, I can't show up to your wedding, but they like each other. It's just weird because he's like, I respect you. I just don't agree with you. And I think most people can't do that.
Oh no, there's a lot of
Where
people.
you're
that
like,
can't
I don't
do
like what you're doing, or I don't agree with what you're doing, or I don't agree with what you believe, but I still can be friends with you. That's a hard thing to do, to actually be friends with somebody you disagree with on a larger level.
I would like to think that I could, and I mean
I believe
there
you
are
can.
a lot of. I'm also a humanist. I'm also somebody who just really loves people. That's the reason probably why I'm also anti-abortionist, because I just want everybody to be happy and live this life the best they can.
And by doing that, you open yourself up to new ideas too. Someone you might not agree with, and you go, I don't agree with you, but you talk about it in a civil way. You might decide that, okay, it's not necessarily what I thought it was, or you're not necessarily what I thought you were, but you don't get to that if you just start arguing about stuff.
So
yelling.
I learned a cool tool from a youth minister I had a while back. He goes, if you're ever in an uncomfortable situation, let's say with a person, and you don't know, in this case, we were going around like trying to talk to people. I was part of this, a youth group that we went down to Texas and started talking to people just randomly, trying to spread the word, that kind of stuff like that. But I was like, this is way more uncomfortable to me than anything else. I could go talk to you about games. I could go talk to you about basketball. I could talk to you about food. I can do all those things with anybody, everybody in the world. That's just who I am. I can talk to that.
Yeah.
But when it came to that stuff, I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to go up to a random stranger and be like, hey, what's going on, random stranger? But then he told me,
with that stuff anyway, because I've seen you go up to random strangers.
Yeah, I do. But that's the reason why I do it now, though. I do go up to random strangers.
Yeah, because of that.
Because of this moment. Because what he said was, the most uncomfortable feeling you can have, that's it. Once you've had that feeling, then it's over. Then you can start not worrying about that moment.
Yeah.
So if somebody scares you, go talk to that person. What now you'll realize, there's nothing to be scared with this person. Oh, you see something that you're having a problem with, go establish what's going on.
Yeah.
And then assess it from there. If it's something to be worried about, then maybe you should leave. But don't let that moment fester in your heart, because then what's going to happen is you're not going to do anything. You're going to just constantly worry about that moment instead of actually being a part of it. So that's the reason why I do go to restaurants and say, hey, just what's your favorite thing? You can give me it. That's fine. That sounds great. I will go up to, like you said, random strangers and just be like, hey, I'm doing a project and I just want to talk to you about this.
Yeah, I've watched it and I love it.
But that's just how my mentality behind it is. Like, I guess I don't really have anything to lose other than the fact that if I ask them a really, really bad question, I could get, hurt. But maybe that's something I shouldn't be afraid of.
No, but maybe that's the better way to approach it. Yeah, you might get hurt. Well, what? Okay.
So I will walk up to a flat earther and ask them. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, I would love to talk to somebody about that. I would listen. I actually want to go to the Flat Earth convention. So to bring it back to Flat Earth, taking a little bit of a tangent, bring that a little bit closer too.
Sorry, I'm doing that.
No, you're fine. So I think it's in Dallas. It's like third year.
Really?
Yeah, it's the
so close to home. Only according to our watches, 3.5 hour trip. But I don't know what it is on their watch.
Well, I'm just curious because I would love to see how many people there that are trolls, how many people there that really believe it, and why they believe it.
I bet it's half and half. How much you want to bet?
Oh, I'm sure it is.
No, I bet. Okay, let me rephrase that. I bet it's 20% trolls, 30% people who are very interested, wanting to know what's going on, and the rest of them are there because they've been there before.
Yeah.
And then you've got your diehard, like 10%.
Yeah, there's a dedicated group.
By the way, that's not 100% all the way.
But that might be accurate. 10% who are just like diehard.
Right.
They love it. They believe it. They're into it. It's just hard to believe. And I don't know. Maybe it's I think they're probably a victim of their own circumstances in a way. For however your life went, that you would go down a path where you would believe those things, or you're more susceptible to those ideas.
Well, and I wonder if it's like a little. I'm going to use the word high for them too. It's like, I know something you don't. I know something you don't, and you don't believe it. So I get to kind of rub that in your face, not in a bad way, but more of like I know something more than you do, you know, and I can show you, and you can't tell me back because I can just argue your points.
Well, maybe it gives you like a purpose in a way.
Yeah, which is a weird purpose to have.
Well, no, because think about like
I guess it's not.
It's such a huge idea.
My purpose is to play board games, so there you go.
The idea that the Earth is
really
flat, that changes everything. Mm-hmm. And in a way, it's not a big deal. But in another way, it is. It's everything you ever knew is wrong. So it's a purpose in the way that that religion can be a purpose for some people in a way where you want to go out and like preach. You want to go on a mission trip. You want to tell other people about what you know. You want to help them. You want to save them.
You're convicted. You have a conviction. You've gone through the stages of denial, mm-hmm. and you've come on the other side to say, oh wow, okay, this is I've got, affirmation that this is a thing
Yeah.
from not just me but all these people that are around me now.
And I need to let other people know that this
Yeah.
is real and that they need to know, and like you're trying to help. But it gives you some sort of purpose because you're like, I'm changing other people's lives.
But how would you think sorry, this is so bad, but
No, I'm ready now.
how do you think the people felt when the plague was going around? If somebody started coming around going, did you know the earth is flat? Granted, back then they probably thought the earth was flat. That's
Well, then they're like, I don't have time for it. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't really care. It's
My
flat.
fingers just fell off. I don't care.
Yeah, it can be flat, round, a triangle.
Could you fix these right here?
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know. I'm just that. Usually whenever I have a problem with today's culture, I think, okay, what did they do back then? Yeah, they didn't care. Okay.
Yeah. I really don't care. Is the earth round, flat? I don't know. I don't have time for it. I'll let the scientists debunk all the flat earthers. I have got other things to worry about.
But that was the funniest part in the whole show, was when they tried to do their own scientific methods.
Oh, and it didn't work.
And it didn't work. And they said that it's because of that we got the wrong thing, or it's not the right tool. Please watch Behind the Curve, but please know this
Behind
right
the
now.
Curve? Is that what it was? I don't know why that sounds wrong.
Please watch that show on Netflix.
I'm just going to confirm it.
Because, and just know this right here. I hate the show. I hate it, despise it.
It is Behind the Curve.
I hate it. But it's a vast majority. Watch it with some friends. How about that? Don't watch it by yourself, because then you can either A, make fun of it all you want to, or B, look around and go, hey, I've got some friends who believe with me now.
Yeah. It's really interesting though. It just the psychology of it. It's
I think that's right. The psychology for us,
so
and psychology
interesting.
probably for some other people, but I think hilarity for some people maybe.
Yeah.
And that's, those are the other ones I like to watch on YouTube, or cringe videos. I just think I don't watch all the horrible, nasty ones. I watch all the ones that are just like, oh, I know you. Yep. We hang out a lot. Yep. I know exactly what person you are. Yep. Oh, that's me. Okay. Well, I'm that guy that randomly walked up to you and said, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting to recognize these people as regular humans, but then they have this other part of them that's like very different.
Man, I challenge you now to go out, and maybe this will be our next topic. Watch some of these freak out moments, and then tell me, what are humans? Because
What are humans?
What are humans? Because I just don't get them sometimes.
I don't think anybody does.
I feel like there's an intellect that we're surrounded by that outside of our bubble doesn't exist. Like, they don't have the same cognitive that we do, and I don't know what it is. Over time, that just is how it works. But man, it's strange. There's some strange humans out there.
Well, there are definitely some people that are harder to connect with because they are in their own world in a way.
Yeah. Man, that's good talks. I like flat Earth.
I know. I love flat Earth.
How much time we got?
We only got 2.5 minutes, so
Okay, so ask the next question just for the hay of it. This was our follow-up, just in case.
Yeah, so I got
We can do.
oh shoot, I think I closed.
Oh no,
wait.
a two minute question just to finish this up.
I got it. Here it comes. All right, so I got this is a list of 202 philosophical questions. Maybe I'll just hit you with one and I'll get your answer.
I might be able to get a couple in there.
Okay.
Maybe this is quick fire round.
All right, here's one that you seem to like. Will religion ever become obsolete?
Yes. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Because we will all know at one point in time, and we will all not be here anymore.
Oh boy, that's terrifying. What will we know? Just the truth of life?
Mm-hmm. And when we all know the truth, we won't be here anymore.
Well, I mean, but would you'd still have religion, would you not?
I think everyone will be either one place or the other.
I don't know. Would it just exist on its own without anybody there?
Well, religion is one of those words that people use, though.
I'm gonna look it up.
Versus Theology.
I'm going to give you a definition.
Please do.
Religion. The belief in and worship of a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods.
Then yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Your answer is
Then
yes.
My answer is yes. What's the next question?
Because
Because you're right. Religion is the form of that, not who we are worshiping. So, yes.
Okay. Let's see. I knew I found a better one, but I'm here. How much time do we got left?
1 minute.
We really got 1 minute. Okay. What is the most important goal every person should have?
Oh, inner peace.
God, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's real good.
And you want to know how I found mine? YouTube people who act really stupid.
Yeah. So let me let's end with we'll give your search terms to people to use. So what if you were looking up what would you look up right now if you were looking for some inner peace?
Oh gosh. Please don't judge me too hard, but
No,
this
I
is
won't.
great.
I will save it for later for myself.
So public freakouts.
Public freakouts.
And if you really have to, just put safe for kids.
Okay. Oh my gosh. These are good.
And then cringe videos.
Is that just those words? Cringe videos?
Yeah, and you can actually get like really specifics.
Oh, there's the bell.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No.
And then last but not least.
Yes.
Last but not least. Fail.
Ooh, just like fail.
Just fail.
Fail compilation.
Yeah.
I love a good fail compilation.
Just because, yes, those people probably are getting hurt, and you gotta hope that
But it brings you peace.
You gotta hope that you didn't get on one of those ones where it's like, oh my gosh, that person died.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it also roots you in the reality that this is a real thing, and I know not to get on that motorcycle and go that fast.
That's true.
I'm learning from other people's mistakes, not my own. So
Okay. Well, for anybody listening, take a stab at that. Let us know.
please don't.
Let us know if that brings you any inner peace. I would love to hear. I'm going to do it.
You can also just listen to some really nice music.
No. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to see. And I've watched videos like that. I just don't. I guess I feel like I stumble upon them. I don't necessarily look at them.
I can't handle it for very long. I mean, it's like 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes worth of stuff, and then I go back to whatever I'm doing.
All right. Well, that's good. These are good. These are good rules to live by here.
Yes. Don't go
for 8 hours.
Don't go for 8 hours, or else you might just fall down that rabbit hole too.
All right.
Turn into a flat earther.
So everyone just watch one video from one of those 3 search topics and let us know what you think.
Okay. Thanks, Jay.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
That was fun. I think, I don't believe that the earth is flat, but I would love to talk to some people who do. So if you know anyone, or if you're listening and you believe that the earth is flat, if you actually believe it and you don't just want to troll me, please let me know. I'd love to have you on. I'd love to talk about it more. I'd love to get your side of that story, even if I don't agree with it. But until then, if you like this episode, please let me know. If you hated this episode, please let me know. And if you have any ideas for future episodes, please let me know. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you next week.